Well, hello, and welcome to another evening chat with Jesse where faith meets real life. The other day, I went over to a friend of mine's house, and his wife was out of town, and we were going to bachelor it for dinner that night. We were going to head over to a pizza place that's close to my place for some pizza and some wings, and maybe catch a game that would be on one of the TVs. And when I got there, he wasn't ready, and he said, "Hey, just have a seat. It'll only take me a few minutes." And of course, I gave him a hard time about not being ready. Then I sat down in his living room, kind of in the center of the couch, and on the table there in front of me was this three-dimensional sphere type puzzle. And I could tell that someone had been working on it. It looked almost complete. And the box was sitting there, and I could see the picture of what this thing is supposed to look like. It was kind of like an alien-looking sphere about the size of two softballs, I guess, or maybe like a cantaloupe. And in the picture, the guy was holding this in his hand. So I'm looking at all the pieces sitting there. There's probably 10 or 12 pieces on the table left to go to complete this thing. And so I reach down because I see that it's in the guy's hand, and I try to pick up this sphere as if it's already put together, completed, or built. And the whole thing just kind of shifted and slid almost in every direction at the same time, like an unstable Jenga tower. I mean, it was not locked in at all. And I'm looking at this thing thinking that I can tell how this is supposed to come together, but you can't even pick it up until it does, right? Until it's complete, it's just unstable. It won't hold together. And I start thinking, man, that's kind of how we are too. Like a little bit unstable, trying to hold it together, but something hasn't quite clicked yet. It's like we're trying to carry out life that isn't fully aligned yet. So, I don't pick it up because I can't. So I start working on it right where it sits instead. And I'm studying it. I'm locked in. I'm looking at the box, and I'm comparing it to the shapes of the pieces that I have laid out in front of me. And I'm trying to understand how this whole thing is supposed to fit together, right? So I'm turning pieces, and I'm trying different combinations. All of the pieces are very oddly shaped. And it seems like I was getting close a couple times. I thought I might have it. And then I just did what most guys do, and I start like kind of forcing pieces together in different ways, seeing if maybe a little bit of force would make it work. I will tell you this though. Of all the methods that I tried that evening, the one that felt the most effective was just picking the pieces up and trying to do it on my own. And I think I got close. I mean, I got really close a couple of times. So maybe a few minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, I don't know, 10 minutes, however long it took my friend to get ready, goes by. And the whole time I'm working on this thing, and I'm thinking, man, I really want to figure this thing out. I even want to take it home with me, and I want to keep working on it until I figure it out, until I get it exactly right. Because something inside of me just needed to solve it. And then my friend walks out. He's gathering up his keys in his wallet, and I said, "Hey man, you got to show me how this thing works, how to put it together." And he looked back over his shoulder, just glanced, and he says, "You're not going to get it because it's missing a piece." And in that moment, everything made sense, because in that moment, I realized something, that no matter how hard I tried and to do it on my own, and no matter how close I get, I wasn't going to put the thing together the right way. I didn't have all the pieces. And in the moment that clicked, I stopped working on it. I stopped touching it again. I gave up trying to force it, and I didn't really think about it again until the next day. And then the following day, I'm driving in my car. This is going somewhere, I promise you. And for some reason, it all kind of came back to me, and I started thinking about that little puzzle. And I thought, that puzzle is exactly what life with God can feel like sometimes. I mean, you're trying to understand Him, and you're trying to live right, and you're trying to put it all together, and it feels like you're close. I mean, it feels like you're really close sometimes, but something's not aligned. So here's a question I have for you tonight. Have you ever felt like you were doing everything that you possibly could do to make it all come together and couldn't quite get there. Because here's the truth. In Christianity, we're not missing pieces. God's already given us everything we need. But you see, something has to happen in us first, and that's faith. That's faith. Not just knowing, not just trying, but surrendering, right? That's the most important part. In Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. See, he's telling us right there, stop trying to hold it all together your way. That word trust in Hebrew, the Hebrew word that's translated to trust, is pronounced batak, and it means to put your full weight on something. Not because you understand it, but because you believe it will hold you. Here's an example. Think about a simple chair, for an example. How many chairs do you sit in every single day? How many times do you stop and ask, is this chair going to hold me? Well, most of us don't. You just trust that it's going to do what it was designed to do, and that's hold you. And you sit down. You put your full weight on it. And that's what trust looks like. Because listen, no matter how hard we try, we were never meant to figure God out completely. You were never meant to get a perfect score, right? You're never meant to win at this game called life on your own. You see, God is watching you. He's watching you try. He sees your effort. He sees your desires. He knows your heart. But he's waiting on is for you to surrender. That's the part that has to happen first. In Romans 3:23, it says, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. That's all of us. That's all of us. But here's where everything changes. If you go to Romans chapter 5, verse 8, it says, but God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. You see, Jesus didn't come to give you another piece. He came because you are the missing piece. He came to change you completely. He's the one who would leave the 99 just to find you. He did what we couldn't do. He lived a perfect life. He completed what we couldn't complete, right? And right on time. Exactly as planned, he offered himself as the answer. And that's grace. And when you receive that, everything starts to come together. Not because you figured it out or you solved the puzzle, but because you surrendered. And here's the power in that. In Romans chapter 8, verse 11, it says, if the spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead dwells in you, he will also give life to your mortal bodies through his spirit who dwells in you. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. So maybe our goal isn't to solve the puzzle, but to trust the one who's holding it all together. So now that you know, and now that we understand what's really happening, surrender is the key. Not trying harder, not forcing it, not figuring everything out, but letting go and trusting him with it. So here's the question. Will you surrender and trust the one who's already holding it together? Think about it. This has been another evening chat with Jesse. I'll see you at church.